You have no idea what it's like to be half Italian? You know what it's like to be Sicilian? Only Roman and me understand. Yeah. You understand, you don't understand, you could never understand.
All right, let's do it.
Welcome to Soft Launch
episode 41.
Yes.
We're here, we're back, and we apologize for a week's hiatus. Yeah. And when I say we apologize, I mean me, because it was my fault. Yeah. We were actually sitting down recording episode 41.
Yeah, about 20 minutes in, I was not having a good time. You understand?
And I didn't understand at the time, but what would be revealed later is that JC was having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
He needed a break. Life was too heavy for him. But we're not going to tell you about that right now. Before we get into our little intros, I'm JC Mendoza.
I am Samanthas.
And we are the Softies here, giving you the Soft Launch podcast, where we talk about our life and things that are happening, things that we love, and things that we're really going through. And this episode is going to start off on a more transparent note than most episodes do, because I don't have to explain myself to anybody. But I gotta come clean, and I'm gonna do that in our first segment. One thing about we, and one thing about me. I was in an absolute mood the other day.
Yeah, he was,
and it was really bad. And I just tried to record the podcast through all of my negative emotions.
Yeah,
and I've never been. I don't know if I've ever been in such a mood in the tenure of our relationship.
No. I've never seen you like that.
Yeah, I was just so negative. I think I had a show earlier that I was just pissed off the whole show.
Yeah.
I had the whole day I was pissed off the whole day, but I didn't really show it.
Yeah. Well, it was also raining a lot and stuff.
Yeah. And that's just a good enough reason.
That's a good enough reason, yeah.
But yeah,
Mercury was in retrograde.
Yeah, did it start then?
Yeah.
Usually Mercury retrogrades are kind to me.
Well, welcome.
Yeah.
Well, they're not so kind all the time.
So long story short, we sat down to record our podcast a day late than we usually do, because it was Easter weekend, right?
Easter weekend, my brother's 40th. It just every day we had something, and there was just no time.
Yeah. So when we did sit down to do the podcast, it was late and I was in a fucking mood, and Samantha's trying to carry the podcast on her back, but this mood that I had, I felt it deeply. I felt it there was irreversibly, deeply, and
feel it in my pussy.
I felt it deep in my pussy, because making a mistake, I was a bitch.
Yeah,
last week.
you
And
were a little bitch.
Yeah, not a bit. And I didn't like the. Yeah. I was a little bitch, but in the most emotional, in the most misogynist sense of the word.
I felt very bad for you.
Yeah,
I could definitely. I was like, oh my god, perfect. Because it's always me.
Yeah,
and I was like, I know how to handle this.
Yeah,
I've done that a couple times.
Yeah, you know how to
burst into tears a couple times.
How'd you know? Yeah, we're making a mistake. We cut the lights. It was funny because Samantha and I were in the middle of a passive-aggressive argument on the pod.
Yeah, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Breeze past,
I was trying to get past it.
I couldn't get past anything because I was just in a mood. And I'm like, can we take a break? And she's like, are you fucking serious? I was like, I need a break. Then we cut the cameras and you were mad and you were like, what the fuck is wrong? What's wrong with you? But not
because here's the thing.
We're in a creative place.
No, but also JC was in a bad mood the whole day and never told me that he was in a bad mood. And he was pretending to be in a great mood. He did laundry. He was like walking around joking. Yeah. Then he gets to his show and I stood home and he's like, oh, the show's all right, but I've been in a bad mood all day. And I was like, what?
Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, I was like, I had no clue. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, I didn't want to say it. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, I was so lost because I was like, you had no signs. Yeah. You were joking around and everything. Yeah. So I didn't know at all. And then you came back and then I could tell. You could no longer hide it when we were recording.
Yeah, for me in that mood and not showing it and not having any signs or symptoms is very similar to me when I caught chlamydia and I had no idea I had it. And it's just the same thing, equally as dangerous and equally as harmful to an intimate relationship that I had at the time. So, it was just, I was just not feeling in a good place. I got laid off in fucking February and I've been looking for jobs ever since and I haven't found one. And it's been really fucking annoying. Yeah. Job market's been beating my ass. And then, that just spiraled into a whole bunch of negativity that I could not power through.
Yes. But big things coming.
Yes. Hope so.
Can't talk about them under wraps.
Oh yeah,
for you?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I got nothing going.
Yeah. No,
I talk him through something when he's booked at a club. I don't get booked at, but it's fine. You understand? Go to eat spots this month. I'm like, what's it like? It was 2023 when I was booked there last.
Yeah. Well,
no, I didn't feel that way at all. Actually, I was not that I was happy that you were sad. But I was like, you were having emotions that I normally have. And I was like, oh, please. Well, please do what you need to do because I'll be here to lift you up.
Yeah. Do you feel like, I hope this is true. Do you feel like in helping you with your anxiety, have I prepared you to help me with mine in a way? Or have you, do you feel like you're naturally like caring in that way?
Well, no, I feel like usually, but this was you usually are not like that. Like I had to keep reassuring you and you're not like usually need that, but I am. Yeah. So I was like, yeah. Perfect.
Wait, do you think you naturally knew how to give me the assurance that I was asking for?
Yeah.
Or like, is being with me, did that help at all? Like how I am for you and sometimes?
Like how you are to me? Yeah. How you talk me through it, 100%.
Yeah, I needed it.
Yeah, it was something. But then it almost left, like it came, we were like, you were in a mood and then we started talking about something random. And then we just went on a thing and we were up until 2 a.m. talking about it and you were in a better mood by the time we went to sleep. Yeah,
just much, it was the sister act 2 of that conversation. Just something that had no place, but just needed to take my mind off.
Yes, exactly. This is act 2. Yeah.
But for me, it was like the first time in my career and in my comedy career in my life that I felt like, everything is going pretty well. Like I'm doing fine in comedy. I'm making more money than I made last year in comedy. I feel happy in my relationship. I feel like, connected to you spiritually and like I have a lot of good things going for me, but I also I'm without a job for the first time since you knew me, like a day job at least. And, that it brought back like how I used to feel like before I really started working. And I was worried that I was falling back into old patterns and it was fucking with me.
Yeah. Don't worry about it, baby. I'm not like the other one. I'll settle.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank God. Thank fucking God.
You understand?
Because if one more bitch that I'm dating fucking figures out her worth, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
You never gotta worry about that with me, baby.
Yeah,
Stick with me. I don't know my worth.
Yeah. So if you guys think that behind closed doors, I'm not keeping Samantha exactly where she's at in her career so I can feel a little bit bigger and better by myself, you got nothing coming. Yeah. All right. It's just what it is. We're here. We're doing our best. And what I'm saying by doing my best is just trying to keep Samantha as small as possible for as long as possible so I can maintain this false dynamic that I've created that really keeps this whole thing going.
You're so stupid.
No, but honestly, before we get into what's going to be a great episode, we're into it. But like before we get to the fun parts, I just want to say I could not do this without you. I'm so thankful that I have you. And last week was what would have been for me fucking 6-month funk was dealt with in a couple of hours. And I know I still got a lot of stuff to work through, but I can't imagine doing those things without you. And I really appreciate everything that you do for me. And I'm not just saying that because I know people are going to like to hear it. I really mean it.
That was very sweet.
And it's true.
Yes. Get on your knee and propose.
Yeah. How about
Put your money where your mouth is.
If you want me to get on the knee,
let's go in debt. Let's just do it. I want a ring.
If you want me to get on a knee, I want you to get on Indeed. Give me a job. What the fuck happened to my dad's coworker that said he had this big business?
Rodrigo.
What the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah, the least you can do is subscribe to a fucking Patreon.
Jesus, it's $5 a month, you broke piece of fucking shit. You fucking bozo.
Oh my God.
And all you people who out there who want my dad to be on the podcast, I saw the comments. Did I see the $5?
Nope.
No.
Broke asses.
So you have time, but you don't have no money. You fucking bozos, man. The last time.
With that being said, we love you guys and keep watching, please.
Keep watching.
We love you so much. We don't think you're broke. We can't. We're too broke to call you broke.
Yeah, and if you want to prove to us you're not broke, go to www.patreon.com/softlaunch. $5 a month, become a super softie and get all exclusive content. We're going to record a bonus episode for the week and every set from every live show that we do until we get too big for us to post those for you guys. Yeah. So really get in while you can.
Yes.
All right, but that one thing about me, my last week, I was very... I was in a stinky mood and we couldn't record. And we had, to be fair to us, I think we had like 16, 17 weeks straight. Yeah. Like an episode every single week. We've grown a lot. We've done a lot. We're doing great. Yeah. And we did record some episode, but it just can't be out. It just couldn't be.
And not even on the Patreon.
Yeah, not even on the Patreon. It's been deleted. It was deleted as soon as we recorded it.
No, it was not. It was just not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was carrying it, the load. My shoulders were hurting me after that one.
Yeah.
I was trying to be a silly Billy and you weren't letting me.
Couldn't do it. But now we're here. We're going to give you guys the silly episode that Samantha deserved last week. But that's my one thing about me is that I it was my fault on the break last week, everybody. So we're here back. We're coming correct.
Yeah.
What about you, boo?
This week I have discovered that I am a fucking wrestling girly.
Yeah.
It's what it is. I have Bret the Hitman Hart on my fucking chest.
Yeah, guys, make no mistake. The Softies this weekend, we became full-blown autistic kids.
Yeah. No. We went full mentally.
We really went all in. We are fully invested in the wrestling universe. We watched all 3 hours each. Yeah. No, 4 each. I
missed a bunch of the Saturday because I was booked and busy.
Yeah, but we watched a bunch of almost all of WrestleMania. I feel like I watched every minute. I watched every minute of WrestleMania this year, and it was fucking incredible. Yes. I know I'm just getting into wrestling the last 6 months or so, but from all the discourse around it, the best WrestleMania of all time. No better time than now.
And I used to be an avid watcher. Got to admit, it was pretty good.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, man. We had a blast this weekend. Yeah. And how was it like for you? Because you've heard me watch my little wrestling TikToks for like almost a year now. Yeah. And you've had your thoughts about it. How do you feel now?
I feel like finally you actually were watching, because he'd be like in bed watching like someone else watch it. And I'm like, be a man and watch the real thing.
When we get big, this is going to mean something to this guy. Shout out to Santi Zap. You are the reason I enjoy wrestling.
Yeah. So I'm like, I used to be a wrestler. I like grew up being into wrestling, like for real. Like on dress down days in my school, would wear like, like fucking the Rock shirts and things like that. So I was like really big into it until I was like, like 13. Yeah. And then, and now I haven't, like, I've always like, not like kept an ear, but like I would always know when like The Rock goes back and things like that.
When big stuff happens.
But like, you watch it, I was like, let's go to a fucking, I've always wanted to go.
As soon as I started watching the TikToks, you were like, let's go to a show in New York. I was like, not yet.
Yeah, he needed to be ready.
I'm ready now.
Yeah, so then this week he was watching and I was like, I'll just peek in like while I was doing stuff. And then
that fucking night one WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins versus the Roman Reigns and The Rock was fucking absolutely incredible.
It really was, TV. But I need you to shut the fuck up, because this is my one thing about me.
Sorry.
All right? You chose what yours was, now it's me. Now you're going to listen. You understand?
Yeah, I understand, but just make no mistake, your one thing about you has been the one thing about me for about a year now.
Yeah, get on board. It's been a couple years for me. All right? Understand?
All right, whatever.
You understand? The best there is, best there was, best ever will be. You don't even know who says that.
Sounds familiar.
This guy right
Oh, that's Bret Hart, the Hitman?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to the Hitman.
God, it brought me right back. And then what really helped was like The Rock was there, so I'm like, oh my God, I feel like it's 1998.
Yeah.
And then in WrestleMania, the fucking Undertaker came out. I almost lost my voice. We were watching it, and then we heard the boom. And I was like, ah!
Dog, when that fucking bell hits, like you can fucking feel it.
It was incredible.
You feel it in your heart. You feel it on the tingles of your skin, and most importantly, you feel it in my pussy. Oh. The fucking Undertaker came
and chokeslam The Rock. But make no mistake, had to slip off his pants because The Rock was just in like silk pants at WrestleMania. He just came from the beach.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is the half Italian one, but you wouldn't guess it by the way they dressed The Rock as an Italian kid.
The Rock, like he came straight out of Long Island.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah, like he came to the city for a couple hours, take his old ball and chain out to eat, and then want to go back to the island.
Yeah, The Rock was at WrestleMania, but make no mistake, he's from on the island. And it's just the truth of the matter, but we had a fucking blast watching WrestleMania.
Oh my God, it was so much fun.
And it was fun for me because I was watching it dolo, because I realized that I like to watch sporting events by myself. Yeah. Because I don't like to get caught up with everybody else having different opinions. I like to just watch how I watch. And you getting hyped made me more excited. It was so fun.
Oh my God. Then I have spent, now for me, I have like a bit of an addictive personality.
Yeah.
So when it comes, I really do think, I think the kid's got OCD according to TikTok. Okay, you understand? Yeah. Because I do the same thing. If I watch something and it's like, okay, now I need to know everything that's ever happened in your life. And make no mistake, today for my lunch break, I just watched the Roman Reigns documentary.
It's what it is.
You understand? JC said, do you want to watch Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, or the Roman Reigns doc? And I chose the Roman Reigns doc. Who am I?
Different type of bitch.
Yeah.
No, and I really respect that because I get like that. That's literally what happened to me when I found this story.
Yeah.
It's like I went all in. I was watching like 2-hour videos at work. Like I watched all the Bloodline history. Like I got like that. Same thing when I watched Game of Thrones. I read every book.
Yeah.
Even the ones that weren't a part of the story.
That's fucking
You know,
crazy.
well, I'm a crazy fuck.
I would never. I'm too much of a stupid kid to read a book that's crazy. A couple pages and then I'm done. I literally started reading 50 Shades of Grey and then I was like, the movie's coming out?
Yeah, that's enough.
I'll wait till they'll come out. I don't want to envision this guy.
Yeah.
I want to see him.
And before we recorded this episode, we were watching the Raw after WrestleMania. So, you know.
And then also, I found the big news today. I'm basically related to Roman Reigns by marriage.
You fucking idiot.
No, but I'm talking to I have hated Pensacola since my brother moved there about 20 years ago. I've been like really like my foot down on this place. And
Shout
then I
out to
found
all
that Roman Reigns was from Pensacola. I'm like, what? I love it there.
Yeah, shout out to all our listeners in Pensacola, Florida. We're big down in the panhandle.
Yeah. So I was fucking, I was so excited. And then I was like, I text my brother. I'm like, asking if my nephew is into wrestling. Cause I would figure like if this guy's from that town.
It'll get him excited.
So I'm like, is Noah into wrestling? And Jason's like, I'm not sure why. And I'm like, oh, cause like the biggest guy is from Pensacola. He's like, oh yeah, I know him. Yeah. And then I was like, how? And then we're watching a documentary and Roman's talking about like working at this job at his sister's office furniture company. My brother's like, I worked for his sister's office furniture company with him. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Jason? Yeah. Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, he's a really great guy. We used to like go at each other. Like they used to like, you know, make fun of each other. That's my brother's like love language. Yeah. I believe it, man. The tribal chief, you know, I mean, he didn't know the tribal chief. He knew Joe, but you know, it's still an honor. I'm like, Jason, he's The Rock's cousin by marriage. He's like, yeah, I know. He knew. Yeah, he told me. And my brother keeps in touch with his sister, with Roman Reigns' sister. I'm like, well, invite him over. They probably both stay in Pensacola. Yeah. Yeah, but for us to meet them. Pool Jason, invite them over. It's screened in. It's real nice. Yeah, it's not her coming over that would be a problem. It'd be you getting down there that'd be a problem. Because make no mistake. I don't want to go. The girl's not going to Pensacola. I'm not taking a connecting flight. Those days are behind me. Yeah, or in front of me. We don't know yet. There's no way. It depends on how many patrons. Yeah, your mom's getting married in Puerto Rico. We're going to walk there. Thanks. That's going to be real. But, you know, yeah. One thing about you is wrestling, but one thing about us is we're into it. We're big time. Yo, it might as well be a Bravo show. You know what I'm saying? No, we're in it. I'm trying to get David to watch it because I'm like, no, David, the storylines. Like when I was younger, I don't think I could appreciate how intricate they are. Yeah. You know, and that, like you just were. I was watching them for the base of them, and I just couldn't wait for someone to put like suck it to someone's face. I just loved it. Yeah. But now I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, you love the. So it was so beautiful, like the whole Roman Reigns, like, oh my god, how he lost the fight because he was getting the revenge. It was incredible. It's cinematic. It was so good. Yeah. You love the intricacies of the storyline, but you also love the intricacies of the fucking washboard abs lines that Roman Reigns has when he takes his shirt off. Dude. Yeah, tell me more about that story that you like. But it's like, I like the storyline, and then you look at the storyline, it's just a 6'3", 200-some-pound man with long, gorgeous hair and a beautiful jawline. One of the most beautiful specimens ever walked the planet. Let me... He's arguably. He's hot. He's now my number gorgeous. One. He's absolutely gorgeous. He's created in a lab. The only work he's ever got done were his teeth. And he did them the way they were supposed to be done. I mean, all these other celebrities have more money than him, I assume. Yeah. Are getting like chiclet looking teeth. His teeth look like teeth. Yeah, and that's just where it starts. Just where it begins. Because his jawline is chiseled by Zeus himself. I mean, he looks like he was drawn. Yeah, no, it's if you would only like Roman Reigns if you're into fucking Greek gods. Yeah. That's what he looks like. Yeah. If you're only into, I don't know, perfection. I think that honestly, that's the type of man that like I don't think any woman would be like, no. Like even if that's not your style, like, you can't. He's universal. Yeah, he's like a universally good looking. He needs to be acknowledged. That's kind of what they say. Like Marilyn Monroe was when she was out. Like nobody could. You could just, but even if you weren't into blondes or whatever, you'd be like, well. Yeah, everybody. Roman Reigns has something for everybody. Yeah, he's got a little something for everything. If you're into a Samoan, he's got that. If you're into an Italian, he's got a little bit of that. So whether you're in the most waspiest upper class neighborhood in Long Island, or you're in the fucking middle of the Smith Projects in the Lower East Side, From Pensacola to Smith Project.
Everybody's got a little thing for the tribal chief.
Yeah, including my man.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I cried.
No. I was going for Cody Rhodes because the storyline was just too good to not go against, and Roman has had his reign for so long that, like, you know, I'm like, you know, you've done it, bro. Yeah. Like, and at this point, it wouldn't have served his story for him to win that match, because it's like, come on, man. It just wouldn't have.
And let's talk about our story. This podcast started as a Bravo podcast.
Yeah, now it's a wrestling.
And now it's a wrestling podcast. The girlies are fucking having a seizure.
No,
and even the guys that listen are like, I don't watch this shit.
Yeah, I need everybody.
No. Sorry, that's out.
Yeah. No, everyone has to watch. Also, speaking of people that are, what's the right word? What's the right word? I can't think of it.
That is the right word.
No. Down syndrome. People with Down syndrome. I couldn't think of it. They like love wrestling, and yesterday there was the best. And now he came on. He was
Cody. He was the Special Olympics correspondent.
I loved him. Yeah, like it was on, and after he talked, I'm like, oh, JC, I'm like, I would die for him.
He's just screaming the whole time.
He was so like, excited. But he was great on the mic. Passionate. He was saying, like, he was talking like a wrestler. Yeah. He was so great. I loved him. So that it's
every wrestling fan has a little bit of the downer in us, and because we're like, yo, it's going down syndrome. We are here for it, and that we say that in the most positive way possible.
No.
They saw the vision they've been on since day one, and I'm happy to be here now.
You know, it's honestly, like I was saying, it's like live action comic books.
Yeah,
like it's a storyline. We know it's fake. Like these guys are like superheroes. They're doing things that would never. You know, they're getting hit by a chair, and all of a sudden they're fine. Like they're superheroes. We're watching it live, and now I get comic book folk.
Yeah,
like because I never got it, but now I'm watching this, and I'm like, yeah, this is like, it's so obvious. We know it's fake. I know it's a storyline. No, these are characters, and then they change characters if one doesn't work. Like it's fun. It's fun. So good.
And even though it's not fake, it's a story. You're watching theater.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Merged with fucking amazing athletic feats. Yeah. Because even if they're not actually punching each other in the face for real, which they do sometimes.
Yeah.
You're still watching an incredible athletic performance and a theater performance. You're getting a lot.
Yeah.
You're getting a fully immersive fucking situation, and then these people go home and they live those gimmicks.
Yeah.
And then they tweet us those gimmicks, and it's crazy.
No. It is really. It's
hard not to get swept up.
It's theater kids for people who are probably bullies.
Yeah, where theater kids meet jocks, bro.
Yeah, literally, it's what it is, because they're performing theater,
and there's a place for every part of it.
Yeah, it's great. It's so good. I love it.
That's a big thing, and I appreciate you getting into it. And I think it's gonna bring us closer. I for the first time, not for the first time, that's crazy, but like, I don't know if I ever more clearly saw our future together more than we were losing it for WrestleMania. I'm like, we're gonna go one day.
Yeah, we were having a great.
We had a blast.
We had a really good time. I feel like I was a sports girly this weekend.
Yeah,
I watched Arsenal with you. We watched the Yanks.
Yeah, we did.
We watched the Yanks all weekend. Yep. We watched yesterday with Stanton's Grand Slam. We were like losing our shit for that. I was I watched the Knicks. So I've been watching the Knicks with you when they're on.
You've repaid every binge that we've ever done of every Bravo series, and I feel like it's making us better. And it really pulled me out of my emotional funk that I was in last week. Maybe you just needed to pay attention to my needs a little bit more.
Yeah. You understand?
And with that being said, that's our one thing about and we're going to move into our next segment where we talk about things that are happening in the world. There's a lot of fucking things to talk about because New York's been going fucking crazy. So we'll get right into it in our segment called Aight So Boom. And Aight So Boom, first things first, we had a fucking earthquake.
We had an earthquake.
Yeah.
It was super scary.
It was fucking
you
terrifying.
wouldn't know it because JC reacted like he lives in LA, born and raised.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
How do you know how to deal with this? He was sitting on this chair that I'm sitting on with his phone.
Yeah.
I got up, obviously freaking out. You guys would, as you would imagine, and JC went, relax.
Yeah.
You had the nerve during a natural disaster.
Yeah.
So look at me in my eye and tell me to relax.
Yeah.
While our gorgeous plant was shaking.
Yeah.
While the entire, I thought we were being bombed.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Nothing.
And as Dottie said that when she said to Victor, she was like, motherfucker, why are you so calm? Did you plan this? Mm-hmm. Like, did you plan this fucking earthquake?
So the earthquake, what it felt like, right? It felt very mild. Like, you knew it wasn't supposed to be happening.
Okay, mild is crazy.
Go. All right. I didn't feel like, I felt things generally shaking. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Nothing fell off the walls.
Nothing fell off, but the tree was literally shaking.
Yeah, because it was a little earthquake, right? And I was like, okay. After feeling these shakes, I realized fairly quickly that we were not in immediate danger. And that kind of enabled me to be like, oh, what's going on here? And I was like, is this a train going overhead? I'm like, no, well, there's no train above our building because we don't live under a train.
Yeah, that's why it was scary, because we don't live by a train.
Yeah, so I'm going through the process. I'm like, oh, what's happening? Oh, this might be an earthquake.
Yeah.
And while I'm going through that process of elimination to figure out what's going on, Samantha's like, what's happening? Oh my God, what is this? Babe, what's happening? I'm like, hold on, relax. I'm trying to figure it out. No, what do you mean relax? And it was, she was freaking the fuck out. And I was like, well, what? There's no danger here. If our baby was freaking out, I'd be like, oh, this is big. But the baby was calm. I was calm. You are outnumbered.
Yeah, me and my mom had to talk about that because I was being gaslit.
No, you were not. You were making
a natural disaster.
Yeah, and the natural disaster was your fucking attitude.
I was terrified, and maybe you were just a fetus when 9/11 happened, but I was thinking we were being bombed. I'm like, when everything was shaking, I'm like, something happened. Yeah. I thought
no, that's real.
So though. I'm like, what the fuck? And we live close to downtown. Yeah. I was scared. Mm. So I'm like, what the? And I didn't think you had the answers, but I needed a little sense of urgency.
Yeah, seeing how you behaved in a state of crisis really just gave me the ick. I'm like, oh, this is not somebody who can be trusted when shit goes down. She's not even Italian for real.
All right, yeah. If there was a fucking guy who was bothering me, I can handle that. I'll punch him in the face.
Yeah.
But not the earth shaking.
Yeah, well, that's just God bothering you.
There was a Fresh Prince episode where he's in the basement and he's with Gina, who plays Gina.
Yeah.
And they get stuck in the basement and the earthquake happens, but he's from Philly, so he's not used to it.
Yeah.
And he's under the table and she's like, all right, well, it's over. You can get down. He's like, no, the ground moved. And he's down there and she's like, and then it's like she hates it.
It's a crazy thing. It's true.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. I just thought I was with a real one. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was with somebody who I could trust when shit got pushed. If push goes to shove, I thought I could trust you, but you couldn't even shove the earth without you freaking out. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, that's kind of pushing me away. You feel me? I thought you was down. You know what I'm saying?
The earthquake had me shaking in my boots. Yeah, literally, I was terrified.
It was very funny because I was like, oh, I think this is an earthquake, but I didn't think it was a big one, so I wasn't scared.
Yeah, I'm like, because I immediately thought we were going to be bombed, and then after that, I was like, this is an earthquake. But I'm like, this is New York City.
Yeah.
One wrong shift, it's gonna be like a thing of dominoes.
No, that's true too. I didn't think about that.
So yeah, of course you didn't. I can tell you didn't think of anything because you just sat here on your phone like the building just shakes from time to time.
Like, baby, please, I'm trying to get on Twitter and see the memes.
No, he's like, yeah, he's just he's doing his fucking Sudoku.
Yeah.
The guy was crushing candy.
Yeah.
While we might have been crushed by buildings during an earthquake and he couldn't be bothered. He was like, he's like, what?
Yeah.
I could have killed you.
You could have, but the earth couldn't have because it was a weak fucking earthquake. And that's my point. All right? It wasn't that serious. But no, it was crazy.
And it was crazy. And shout out to the human earthquake, Marcelo Hernandez, who had a very funny sketch. Oh, that shit was so funny. Y'all got to go check that out. That shit was very funny. Yeah, it was really funny.
But yeah, so the earthquake, it was kind of fun. It's kind of fun.
Well, it was a fun thing to live through.
Yeah.
It was a fun thing because we had one 10, 15 years ago and I didn't feel it and I was pissed and everyone was talking about it. It's like, all right, guys, he knows an earthquake. I was annoyed.
I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead.
No.
My shit is like, oh, fuck. I feel like there's so much happening on a day-to-day basis in New York City.
Yeah.
Life-threatening things. Once I feel like my life is not in danger, I'm already disconnected. To the fear of the situation.
And your life could have, you just didn't even go there.
When has anybody ever died from an earthquake in New York? The motherfuckers die last time?
No, but
I feel like from the earthquakes I hear about in California, which are scary from what I hear, I feel like motherfuckers don't even be dying in them shits.
Oh, things definitely happen.
No, earthquakes kill people for sure. Yes. The one in America, though?
I think the craziest part is that we're not used to having them because remember, we also don't get hurricanes, but Hurricane Sandy rocked our shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, this could actually be a big earthquake because crazier shit has happened.
You're making some points.
Yeah, and you just didn't even think anything. One thing about you could tell you were raised in a safe environment, suburban kid, didn't worry about a thing.
Yeah, God forbid.
You
God
just,
forbid.
I'm sorry I wasn't raised that way. We had, understand? There was cops everywhere all the time.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be able to tell because if you were raised that way, you'd fucking be a little cooler. No?
Yeah, no, I'm not cool at all about it. I was freaking the fuck out. Yeah. But honestly, it was like, you know what?
I bet you when your mom felt the earthquake, her time kicked in. All right, we're going to take the money out from under the mattress.
Oh, no, my mom literally said, Samantha, why don't you come over here? And I was like, Mom, I'm not leaving.
Yo, my mom did the same thing when Hurricane Sandy hit. She was like, why don't you guys come home? And we did, and then we lost power there, and all my friends who stayed at the apartment had power. I'm like, Mom, why the fuck am I here?
Yeah, no, that was awful. Hurricane Sandy, I lost power forever.
Oh, well, you were here, though.
Yeah.
In Queens, shit was lit.
Yeah, I know. No, I ended up spending most of it, like, uptown, and it was like Halloween weekend, and people were just with hookah, and I'm like, my family has no lights. My grandfather was on oxygen. They had to come with an emergency tank. It was crazy.
Yeah, different times, man.
Yeah, it was wild.
Oh, but yeah, we had the earthquake, and then that shit we got shit shaking with that. That shit was cool. That earthquake, it also lasted a surprising amount of time.
No, we didn't have time to almost get into a semi-argument.
Yeah. No, the argument was of a larger scale than the actual earthquake. How could you fucking tell me to calm down? And because to be fair to you, if I would have said calm down in any circumstance, no natural disaster necessary, that is the wrong thing to say to you.
Yeah. A crazy thing to do to tell me to relax in any situation.
Period.
Yeah, because the one thing that's not going to come out of you telling me to relax is me relaxing. Yeah. Who was the first person you grabbed your phone to text?
The group chat.
Yeah, I went to text David, and as I was texting him, he texted me. He's like, "Did we just have an earthquake?"
I checked the group chat.
Yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, and then I text my family chat, and then Amanda thought it was just happening to her. Like she didn't know what was going on. So like everyone was like, "You felt it too?"
Yeah. I went to the group chat just to tell them, not ask them if they felt the earthquake, just to tell them we went through an earthquake, and I now have the ick because I didn't like how Samantha handled it. It's just what it is. I didn't really get the ick, but it was fun. Once I realized that was a narrative I could start, and it became fun for me.
Yeah, I freaked out, but then I immediately was like, I have to post stuff about this.
Yeah,
I'm always late to stuff.
Yeah.
And I did. I was really proud of myself.
Yeah, me too. And even though none of my shit did numbers, I'm proud of those units. Proud of the units that I did do. I think I handled that one very well, and I think you did too. And just one day, we're just going to be superstars.
Yeah.
What else has happened in the world?
Then today we had an eclipse.
Yeah, shit got ecliptic, no?
Yeah, and the eclipse happened. It was proclaimed to be a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Yeah, and what was it really?
And it was a once-in-a-lifetime event if you've never been out when it's partly cloudy.
Shots fired at the eclipse!
Yeah! It's like, we also need to account for the lifetime that we've lived. Like, there's a lot of things that are not once in a lifetime anymore. It's like, you wanted me to see it go partly cloudy?
Yeah.
Hey, last year we were walking around and it was a sepia filter outside, okay?
Yeah.
It was orange outside.
It was.
Give me something I could be excited for.
Motherfucker, last night it was darker when The Undertaker came out.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about?
I'm like, what the fuck? You got to account for what we're talking about. Once in a lifetime. Hey, the ground shook the other day. Yeah. This isn't once in a lifetime anymore. Yeah. Give me something else, Eclipse.
Dog, we were infiltrated by lantern bugs last year.
Yeah,
no?
Yes.
This eclipse was mid, bro.
It was super mid.
It wasn't even mid. It was beneath mid.
No, it was beneath. It was
ass.
It was a regular day. People were like, oh my God, it got dark. I'm like, I've been at the beach where I'm freezing because a cloud goes over the sun and it's a little darker.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh my God, your animals are going to be so confused. Monroe was sleeping.
No, Monroe was confused. She was confused why everybody was making such a fucking big deal about this shitty eclipse.
Yeah, and everyone's outside in 3D glasses looking looking ridiculous.
Facts, man. Yeah.
I
understand now why people who want to get in better shape walk on the elliptical to make their butt look better, because the elliptical and the ecliptical are both full of ass.
You understand?
Not my best, but I saw it through. I had to finish the story.
I'm just over this once in a lifetime. It's like, babe, we lived through a pandemic. You're going to have to, unless there's an asteroid coming straight at the Earth, shut up.
Yeah.
When they're like, you could see Mercury today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a star. Mm-hmm. We don't care anymore. Give me something more.
I don't want to see Mercury. I just want to know if the motherfucker's spinning backwards. Because then I'm going to be in the mood.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, if you're calling it a once-in-a-lifetime event, it has to be a big deal.
At this point, maybe that was once in a lifetime. I don't know, in the year 600. But baby, it's 2024.
Yeah.
I mean, stop it. I was not even, and I love stuff like that. I love when the moon is like a different color and it's huge or whatever.
Dog, like
today was literally partly cloudy skies. My shit is like, bro, why are we talking about the eclipse when the city girls are beefing?
My shit is like, bro, why are we talking about the eclipse when the city girls are beefing? My shit is like, bro, why are we talking about the eclipse when the city girls are beefing? My shit is like, bro, why are we talking about the eclipse when the city girls are beefing? My shit is like, bro, why are we talking about the eclipse when the city girls are beefing? My shit is like, bro, why are we talking about the eclipse when the city girls are beefing? My shit is like, bro, why are we talking about the eclipse when the city girls are beefing? My shit is like, bro, why are we talking about the eclipse when the city girls are beefing? My shit is like, bro, why are we talking about the eclipse when the city girls are beefing? My shit is like, bro, why are we talking about the eclipse when the city girls are beefing? My shit is like, bro, why are we talking about the eclipse when the city girls are beefing? My shit is like, b There's real shit going on.
Yeah, there's real stuff happening.
Real things that actually affect my day to day.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is no longer the undisputed champion.
Too soon.
You understand?
Too soon.
You know what I'm saying? We got other things happening.
1,000.
It's a new era. Cody Rhodes is on top.
1,000.
You want us to care about a solar eclipse?
Yeah, this shit was ass. I did see some videos from the eclipse in other places. That shit looked lit. I mean, it looked dark, not lit. It looked unlit.
It looked unlit, and that's cool. But they said New York was going to be like 90%, and we were going to lose 90% of this, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it didn't give.
Yeah, you would think better from a 90%.
Yeah,
something.
it was just dusk.
And then the sun,
literally,
the sun responded to a 90% the same way that an Asian parent would respond to their child getting 90%. It's not fucking good enough.
Yeah, it just became Andre Kim's parents. You understand? Yeah. No, you got 70,000 followers. You don't even make 70,000 a year.
He doesn't.
Of course he doesn't. Yeah, speak for yourself.
Ooh, sorry.
Yeah, make him more than that.
Yeah.
Talk to me nice.
Yeah, won't talk to you twice though. But yeah, so the eclipse was trash. But it's just the world's been fucking going crazy, man.
The world's been going absolutely nuts.
Diddy and J Lo are both in the news getting cooked for various different reasons. The fact that I just put them in the same sentence like that is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, please put some respect on J Lo's name and take her out of that sentence with Diddy.
They are both guilty. Diddy of heinous sex trafficking crimes.
Yeah.
And J Lo of being a little corny.
Yeah, she's guilty of being her age.
Yeah.
Like, name me a 50-something-year-old person who's not a little cornbread.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
She's just acting her age. I'm sorry she doesn't look it, but she can act it because she is.
Yeah.
And everybody stop. Oh, wait, well, we don't know what the orange drink is. Then you're not fucking from here. It's a quarter water. You know what it is. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm from Long Island. I've heard a quarter water.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Because I've listened to Hot 97
You
before.
understand?
And Angie Martinez said it in the song. Remember that? Went from Lucy's to buses to 50 cent sodas.
To Rovers to Hondas to Lexus to
Romas. Yeah, man. Shit, I know stuff about things. And that was the wrong button.
But it was also 50-cent sodas.
Oh,
these are quarter waters.
Quarter waters. Yeah, but the same family, though.
50-cent sodas were tropical fantasies.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yo, the quarter
tropical
waters.
Fantasies were the ones that were supposed to like take your sperm count.
Yo, to be fair, every drink took your sperm count. Herbert Mountain Dew took
Mountain
your sperm
Dew
count.
as well.
Fucking. Do you remember the little barrel drinks? Are those quarter waters?
That's a quarter
Oh
waters.
yeah, the little barrel drinks.
The juice. They're like you could get a quarter water or you could get the juice.
Everything took your sperm count down.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But that's what J Lo was talking about. Those drinks.
Yeah. And I think it was more the way that she said it than what she actually said, because it was cringe. And I fuck with J Lo,
of course,
but the video was mad cringe. Well, like when you watch it for real.
Have you ever seen those Vogue questions? Like
they're
always
they're designed
cringe.
to be
Have you ever
cringe. No,
watch? They're so.
Ariana Grande's was really bad. I seen memes of that one.
Oh my god, Kim Kardashian. They're like, "What can't you live without?" And it's like, this bitch has 4 kids, and she's like, "My KKW concealer."
And maybe she wasn't lying, and that's why Kanye kind of went a little nuts. His baby mother's a piece of shit.
But
those are cringe. I watched Michael B. Jordan's and I was like, this
all
is
of them are so cringe. So yeah,
that's
and she's
true.
also
right.
it's a weird thing, and the people are like, who orders a ham and cheese? A lot of people, babes.
Yeah, it's a
lot of people order
a ham and cheese is unfortunately a very classic cold cut sandwich.
Yeah, it's what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean it's just a great team.
Yeah, and if J Lo was from another part of New York, if J Lo was from Staten Island, she'd be ordering a bologna and cheese. Italians love bologna. My grandfather used to make him a bologna sandwich every day with a little mustard.
You said your grandpa?
My grandpa?
Was he a Staten Island kid?
No, but he's an Italian guy.
Yeah, same thing.
That's what I meant, because she was Italian. She grew up a little different. Or if she was like Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. I used to make him a bologna sandwich, and I would never. And then one day I tried to take a little piece. It's kind of good.
Yeah, a little bologna.
Bologna's really good.
Yeah, a little Oscar Mayer.
It's horrible though. But you ever have liverwurst?
No, I don't think so. Cause what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
It's also. Is
that a cold cut?
It's a cold cut.
A liverwurst?
It's called liverwurst. And my mom used to get it all the time, and I loved it. It's so delicious.
I feel like that explains so much of your mother's mental health.
Well, because at times we used to roll it with like mustard and just eat it. It gives bologna a little bit.
Liverwurst?
Liverwurst. It's delicious, actually. A little liverwurst sandwich.
Do you?
I mean, I don't eat meat anymore. I don't even know if it could be classified as meat. It's like Spam, but in like cold cut form.
What's the difference between liverwurst and bratwurst?
Oh, bratwurst is sausage.
I don't fucking know.
Liverwurst is like a round piece of deli meat, like a lunch meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
fucking gross.
Yeah.
Well, thank God J Lo didn't say that.
I'm gonna one day when I'm famous, I'm gonna do that. Like, what's your go-to one? A liver worsted cheese.
If you know about J Lo, you know. Yeah. She's been getting absolutely shredded.
She's been getting demolished, and I'm over it. It's corny. These young kids are corny. Put some respect on her name. She's a 50-something-year-old woman. Yeah, she's not cool anymore, obviously. Yeah. But put some respect. I don't understand how some people like Cher get respect, and she's done really cringe things, but everyone's trying to like throw like it's just corny, and it's giving because she's a person of color, and it's just what it is. Yeah. And then they want to take away because she said, "Oh, I ran up and down the block." Like J Lo wasn't from the block. I'm like, what did you want her to say in place of that?
To be fair, she's a person of color, of course, but everybody that I know besides you, they fucking hate J Lo.
Yeah, because it's cool to do that.
Everybody hates J Lo, and they shit on the fact that she is not the greatest vocalist. They say she's not the greatest actor. They just shit on everything about her. That's crazy.
She's a good actor, and
she's a fine actor. She's a better. Well, no, I would say her music career is better than her film career. I think. What do you think?
I think she's pretty neck and neck. Selena's a great movie. Hustlers was a great movie.
Well, yeah, Hustlers was really good. Okay, Selena is bigger than anything J-Lo's done musically, but I think her music career is better than her
Yeah, I mean, she has some,
Because she has a lot of hits.
She has a lot of hits.
A lot more hit songs than movies.
Yeah.
For sure. But there's also just more songs made than movies, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I think
she also had a very good comeback. Yeah. When she came back like in the 2010 era, on the floor. She had like dance music.
Also, guys, she's fucking hot.
Yeah.
And her ass is nice.
Yeah.
Why are we moving the bar?
People are even trying to take that away from her. People be like, her ass isn't even like that. And I'm like, that's because you guys are used to seeing BBLs. Yeah. But like, please, put some respect on a slim, thick queen. Yeah. What are we talking about?
J-Lo,
she's the original ass. She put ass on the map. Yeah. None of y'all favorite BBLs would be here without her. Yeah. She started it.
If J-Lo make no mistake, if J-Lo didn't jump on the scene with her nice ass, you would all still be waiting for tonight.
Yeah. Don't act like that song comes on, you're not going to lose your mind.
Yeah, J-Lo
I'm still, Real.
She's in it. She's one of them it girls, man. And I'm Real, the remix will be at our wedding, played at our wedding, and we will walk down the aisle to it.
That's crazy. I don't know about
Samantha will be saying the N-word.
No, people love it and hate
it. Yeah. And I do love that song. I like J-Lo a lot, and she's been getting flamed. And the only thing that stopped it is the only thing that's been more hurtful to me besides Roman Reigns losing is J. Cole copping pleas on the timeline. Yeah. That's a heartbreaker for me.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. And let me say before Samantha goes.
No, I was going to give everybody, if they don't know what's going on.
Tell them.
J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar are big rappers. Kendrick came at J. Cole. J. Cole responded with a full song, like a 7-minute song. Yeah. I thought it was great.
So it's called 7 Minute Joke because he made it in 7 minutes. Okay. That's the thing.
Don't ever correct me again. Sorry. And then J. Cole responded in a song that apparently was in 7 minutes. Yeah. And then a couple days later was at his like Dreamville Fest, right?
Yeah.
And said that he apologized and it didn't sit right with him, that he respects and loves Kendrick Lamar and like doing the song didn't sit right with him, and that he
is taking it down from all streaming
platforms, and he asked the audience like, do y'all love Kendrick Lamar? And then he's like, so do I, or whatever. Yeah. And apparently you guys don't want peace, you want problems always.
Not you guys, hip hop, right? As a hip hop fan, I am deeply saddened by the way that this is all unfolded, right? Because as a hip-hop fan, first and foremost, I want Kendrick and J. Cole to drop the album that they promised us like 20 years ago. That's never going to happen, but it was already never going to happen, so it doesn't matter. Life is better when Kendrick and Cole are making music together. When we get collaborations, generally that's better than beef. But if no collaborations ever, beef, fine. Especially Kendrick came out, dropped an amazing verse on a very catchy song. I loved it. Then J. Cole came back, dropped the surprise album, dedicated track to Kendrick Lamar. Wonderful. Now we're cooking. Yeah. Now we're cooking. Now we've set the stage for a really competitive Wrestlemania of sorts.
Yeah.
And Cole came out and people liked it. They didn't like it, but it was a moment. And then, before Kendrick even had a chance to respond, he apologized, which as a hip hop fan sucks because it's like it kind of undoes the whole diss track. It kind of changes what this back and forth could have possibly been, like if they were both actually really rapping. And as a man, I understand Cole. And as a Cole fan, I do feel happy that he apologized because now I am actually liberated and free to be the bitch that I actually am. And make no mistake, I am one. Make no mistake, I cried last week trying to record this podcast because I was just a little sad about it. Make no mistake, I have big feelings, and they hit me.
And you would do the same. You would be on stage and be like, man.
Make no mistake, I'm honestly holding it together by a thread right now because the tribal chief got thrown off last night, and I just was not ready for that change.
Yeah.
So Cole coming clean and being honest is liberating for me, but we are bitches.
Yeah.
In the context of hip hop, which is not how the world is.
No.
And it is not healthy.
No.
But it is hip hop, and it is how it is.
Yeah.
And I am now a bitch, and I am comfortable, and I am proud. And I will stick beside him.
Yeah. That's your man. And I'm sticking beside him. Yeah. When you told me what he did, he was like, it didn't fit right with me. I'm like, he's just like me for real.
Because I woke up to it. I woke up. I saw a little bit of it before I went to bed, but I couldn't even wrap my head around it.
No, you said it last night.
And then when I woke up, it really hit me. I'm like, fucking J. Cole really just fucking put me in the worst position as a J. Cole fan to be on the internet.
Yeah.
But honestly, being in comedy has helped me just be the butt of any joke. So I'm fine now. But I was like, fucking
I'm glad
Cole.
that you're okay.
Thank you, baby. Because it has been a lot, honestly. But I was like, fucking Cole can't give me 2 fucking weeks of just, oh my God, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's got to stink for him too. But fuck.
I love it, and you
Cole's
know that I do.
Cole's been slandered my whole life, dude. My whole fandom of him, he's boring. He doesn't rap like that, and he finally was having his moment, and he fucking took it away from himself. But I get it.
But in the words of Ian Lara, who's better than J. Cole?
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying?
He's still my king.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's amazing for hip hop, for anybody anyone who's not toxic that wants, because sometimes shit in hip hop gets so like it's so much, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking. It's so ridiculous.
No, you're right.
And I get it. Like it needs to evolve. You know what I'm saying? Like I people are like,
it does.
Oh my God, he stepped down and didn't even have a chance to get violent. I'm like, that's not the only. No, but people are saying like he's a bitch because they're saying he apologized even though there was no chance of it going violent. It's like that's not the only thing that can not sit right with you.
It doesn't have to be physical violence.
It doesn't have to be physical. You just be like, hey, I actually don't like. I respect Kendrick. I think he's cool. Like we don't have to do every time there's new people at the top. They have to go at each other. We don't have to do the same thing all the time. And because now it's like trickling down to the women, and now the city girls are at it. It's corny. I don't like it. Let's all support people.
I know, and I love Cole and Kendrick and Drake. They're my 3 favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? So like, I get it. It's just it's change. It's change, and the community's bucking back on. You see plenty of people like, of course I get it, but it's like this is the way that it is, and I wanted what I knew was coming to me. I feel owed it now. Yeah, but I get it though. I get it.
Do you think? Oh, we made
a bet. Samantha does not think Kendrick is going to respond.
I don't think Kendrick's going to,
because Kendrick is also going to rise to a level, and I think there is mutual respect.
He's a high vibrational man.
He definitely is.
Yeah, and so is J. Cole. So I don't think he is.
But he just has an opportunity to really fucking bury this.
Yeah,
guy.
but I don't.
And J. Cole will still be fine, but like he has a real moment to like, yo, don't ever fuck with me. And he doesn't have to say anything bad about his people, but he's just like, bro, J. Cole has done so. He's cheddar bobbed himself. He shot himself in the leg, but on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, it would almost be pathetic. Not pathetic, but like it's really mean. Not mean. Kendrick can just end this whole shit right now, and like nobody can ever talk to him ever again.
Totally, but I think he likes J. Cole, so I don't think he has any desire to. But we'll see. But we put $10. He thinks he will. I think he won't.
He will, just because. I mean, I think that there was plenty of space for J. Cole to drop that record and everything be fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what I genuinely think. And let hip hop win out and be like, nah, we was just going back. If Jay-Z and Nas can get back on the same page, however many years later, Cole and Kendrick would have definitely, like, whatever, talked it out way quicker and everything have been fine. So I thought it was going to be fine already. Yeah. And now this, like, if I'm Kendrick, I'm absolutely eviscerating him. And I'm like, yeah, it's all good. You came at me, I come at you. And that's what it is. And that's all it was. And Cole, I get it. You know, that's not who he is maybe. But to be fair to everybody making fun of him, the last 5 years he's been talking about he's the best on the planet, how he's the greatest, how he's this and that. And maybe that's male bravado that he feels like he has. Yeah. Make no mistake, the same part of me that's mad that J. Cole apologized is the part of me that didn't allow myself to tell you that I was having a bad day when we couldn't record the episode last week. It was toxic and I was portraying myself a certain way. But that is what, you know, we come to expect from that medium.
Yeah, everyone just, to me, I'm just like, oh my God, this is when you show that men are so behind emotionally. It's insane. The discourse I've been reading, I'm like, first of all, y'all are taking this entirely too seriously.
I mean, it's wrestling. It's lyrical wrestling.
Of course.
It's the whole life.
But like, I just think it's insane. It's like you guys are mad that a dude was like, hey, I did something that didn't sit right with me and I'm going to come out and say it.
But my shit, boo, is like, I know it's not right. But you acting like you can't understand. It's like you have plenty of Bravo celebrities that do dumb shit and then like change their mind 2 seconds later. It's like, I don't give a fuck what they're saying now. What about this shit? And it's like,
to be fair, if someone has a good like thing, like actually I didn't, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but like you have to be able to understand the anger from the fans. Because it's different and it's not in line with it.
I get that. I'm just saying, like, you know.
Is it right? No, of course not. But no part of being a celebrity is right. But it is what it is. And I'm not saying Cole deserves to be slandered, but I'm not going to sit here and act like the people making fun of him are wrong. Because it's like, bruh, we're just rapping. Yeah. And especially now more than ever. It's not real violent. Just let yourself fucking make fun of somebody a little bit. Especially as a comic, I'm like, come on, man.
No, I'm sure he doesn't care. And the thing is that, it's fine. It's fine. J. Cole's a pussy. It's what it is, right?
He is, and so am I.
J. Cole's a pussy.
Don't ever forget it. I don't like the fact that you said it twice. But it is true, and don't ever forget it. And I am head pussy. I am
You are tribal chief pussy.
I am the tribal pussy chief. And not of getting it, of just knowing where it resides in men. And that's just what it is.
Yes.
A lot's been going on. And with that, we're going to move into our last segment. And we might be going a little long, but we didn't give you an episode last week, so we're happy to come long.
Yeah, we are. What I mean?
We're coming
the
along.
only time JC takes a long time to come.
Oh, yeah. Last time we had sex, I got fast, dude. We're back, son. We're back. We're having a good time. That was ethering myself. And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it.
But it's like, I don't care to have those conversations on camera.
What's the big deal? You did great. You can come fast if you want. All
right.
Lord knows I'd be open to it. All right. But we're going to jump into our last segment. That's what they saying. And last week before we recorded and then decided not to because I couldn't, we were going to do a prompt of worst breakup story, and I feel like that's still relevant with the City Girls beefing with Diddy and J Lo in the news, and with J Cole and Kendrick, and the Roman Reigns tribal. Everything's breaking apart. Mercury's in retrograde. Let's talk about some breakups.
Yes, so we got a couple. So
we asked you guys what your worst breakup was, and
then everybody came through and told us. So my ex dumped me via drunk driving phone call the day before her birthday. She cited the reasons being I had changed too much since my dad passed away. My dad passed away less than 3 months prior.
Woo! Shots fired.
Yeah.
At you and your dead dad.
Yeah.
What in hell?
Yeah.
Who was drunk driving? She was?
She was.
Damn, drunk driving and texting? That's a fucking holy trifecta.
I know. Yeah. Drunk driving, texting, and breaking up with somebody.
Yeah. She was like, dog, I'm drunk behind the wheel on my phone. If I'm gonna die, I need to let this motherfucker know how I feel first.
Yeah, I don't want to go down as like this was his girlfriend that died.
I don't want this motherfucker at my funeral all sad and shit.
Yeah, I don't want him to get any attention.
If he's gonna be at my funeral sad, it's gonna be because I fucking just ripped him a new one and made fun of him and his dead dad. Dog, the character development that must have brought you, I hope is life-changing, because that is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I can't imagine a worse person. It's like, hey, you changed too much since one of the most important people in your life died.
Yeah, your dad's...
the person that made you who you are, but it's like, yo, honestly, come on, stop being a bitch.
Honestly, boo, your dad died like 3 months ago.
Yeah, like, why are we even... Oh, my God, not this girl being Lala Kent.
Yo, facts, bro.
I don't know if she was close. I don't know if you were close to your dad, but...
Yeah, let go of that grief already. You know, it's... ridiculous.
It's kind of, but I can't imagine that.
That's horrible.
It's horrible.
That's a pretty tough one to beat.
This girl definitely wanted to break up with him before his dad died.
Yeah.
Because it's so obvious and so clear that, and then I bet you...
She got roped into another 3 months.
She was literally like, 3 months... He's got to be over it. You know what I'm saying? It's like working. It's like 90 days. It's like Steve Harvey said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hold down for 90 days. He's like, all right, grief should be over by now, right?
Yeah.
It's just his dad.
Yeah, she wanted to leave him, and then she accidentally subscried for another 3 months of this trial membership. She was like, fuck, I got to see it through.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. She didn't click toggle it the wrong way.
That is just like, not just like, but there's a funny episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's my favorite episode ever, where Larry's dating Vivica Fox.
Yeah,
and Vivica Fox is fucking, she's due to get her diagnosis.
Yeah.
And she's about to like get diagnosed with cancer. And Larry's like, oh, I don't want to date her if she's got cancer, because then I can't leave.
Yeah.
And then I got to support her. She's going to be going through a lot. I don't want to do it. I got to break up with her before she gets this diagnosis. And then the last scene of the show is he's pulled up in a car on his way home to go break up with Vivica Fox, and the doctor who's given the diagnosis is next to him, and he's like, and he speeds there, gets pulled over, some big thing happens, and the doctor gets in the house first, And then when he finally says that she has cancer, he fucking collapses. And everybody's consoling him because they think he's sad. But he's just sad because he has to be with her.
He has to be with her for a while, yeah. It's so true, though.
And he's just like, well, at least I can still play golf. He's like, no, you can't play golf. You can't do anything. No more nights. No more afternoons. Your whole life. And then the music just starts playing. And that's how your girlfriend was feeling when your dad died.
Yeah, she's like, fuck.
Yeah, this is really going to suck for myself.
Yeah. She was only thinking about herself.
Yeah, I hope you do better, Pop. You deserve better. I hope you can let the hate from that one go. But no, I don't know. I
think he's married now.
Oh, good for him. I don't know if we should have led with that. I don't think anything's going to beat it.
Well, no, we got a couple of crazies.
Couple stinkers?
People are crazy.
All right.
So then we have another one that said,
do you have a fun breakup story for yourself?
I don't get broken up with, but no. I mean, I guess not from a relationship.
For you giving the breakup.
No. I mean, yeah, they were 5 years too late, and yeah. I guess I will say, I think I don't know if I've ever talked about it, but I was dating this guy. We were not like official or anything, and we were talking for like 9 months, but like loosely, not like all the time. It was super casual. Super
cash. How often were you guys seeing each other a week? Do you still love him?
In the beginning, stupid. A week? No, we weren't even seeing each other every week. Okay. We were seeing like it was super casual in the beginning. Like it was like twice a month, maybe we would see each other hang out. But then like towards the end of it, like the last 2 months, we were seeing each other like really often.
Yeah.
And I forgot what it was, but something came up and I was like, oh, like David was saying he was gonna go play pool. Like we should go play pool with him. And David was dating somebody at the time, and he was like, listen, I don't want to do that because like I don't love you, and like, and I was like, love. I was like, I was like, I didn't say love. I said play pool.
Yeah, play pool. Just
like,
hang out.
Yeah, just hang out. And then he was like, no, but like meeting friends is like meeting family. And I was like, you are like, for me, I was like, babe, you're overthinking this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just want to play pool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or bowling, I think we were going to do. Yeah. Whatever it was, something like that. And it just became this whole thing. And then he was like, hey, like, I think we want different things. And I was super thrown off, and it whatever. And then we ended things. And then he hit me up like a week later. I was like, hey, I've been talking to my therapist a lot. Like, I think I want to come talk to you. I feel like I have some more clarity. So I was like, oh, cool. Like,
what are you thinking at this time?
So I'm like, oh, he's going to be like, this was a mistake. Like, of course I want to talk. I still want to,
You're the best.
Yeah. Literally, I'm like,
You went to your therapist and he told you, hey, her ass is fat and she makes jokes. Let's calm it down a little bit.
So he came back over and just reiterated everything he told me.
He came over and you guys sat down on the couch, but he stood on business.
Yeah. And then he just told me everything he told me the first time and was like, all right, do you have anything to say? And I was like, why the fuck did you come here?
Yeah.
Why did you do this to me twice?
This could have been an email.
Literally, or nothing. Leave me alone. I was sitting here shocked. Yeah. And I'm like, this can't be happening to me.
Yeah.
It was insane. And to his credit, I think he was going through a lot. I think he was going through a lot, and I was definitely going through a lot. We were not in a good place, either of us. And we were not meant to be together at all. But I think I never wanted it until he was like, I don't see anything with you, and I was like, well, what the fuck are you like? For me, it was more like, I'm not you passing the time with me. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was doing that to you, Pop.
Yeah. I was like, that's so crazy that you would even, like, not you thinking the same way I'm thinking.
Pop, you're a rebound.
Yeah. He wasn't a rebound. Oh. But it was wild. But it was so drawn out. And then he came over to tell me the same thing, and I was so upset.
Yeah. He came to double down. That's crazy. I'd be furious.
And then I was, when I'm waiting for the inflection, he's saying everything he said, and then I was waiting for like the but
I love you.
And then he was like, well, no, that's the thing. I kept being hey, I don't know where that word came up, but I don't love you. I haven't even thought about it.
Who said that?
Yeah. I was like, that's not even something that I was prepared to even talk about.
Yeah.
We weren't even official.
Yeah.
We were just I was like, what the fuck are you talking? It threw me. It really threw me off.
Yeah. He was like, man, you like that first movie, wait for the sequel.
They came over to me the same thing.
Yeah.
Because first it happened on FaceTime.
Yeah.
And then a week later, he's like, I thought about it, clarity. Let me tell you again in case your connection was bad, because you only paid $25 for Spectrum.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you going to do?
Oh my God. That was the most awkward thing, is being told that someone doesn't want to like do anything with you anymore, and you have to hold a phone to your face.
That was a FaceTime?
It was a FaceTime.
Ooh.
And that's what we weren't like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was the first time we ever spoke on the phone.
Yeah,
we never talked on the phone.
I would
we
have put that
like
shit in my pocket. You're not gonna watch me receive
once he started talking, and then I realized what was happening, I just put the phone here. Yeah. And then I was like, okay.
I put on a face for this.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want you to. What am I going to stand here on the phone while you're telling me that like you don't think I'm the one for you when I asked you to just go bowling?
Yeah, I just wanted to play with some balls and then play with some balls.
Yeah, I'm like, just say you're bad at bowling. Yeah. What are you doing?
Which if would be completely okay
would be fine because
I'm not good.
Who's good at bowling?
Yeah,
I went on a date with a guy who was a good bowler, and it was actually an ick.
Yeah, immediately.
He like went and then he did the whole like foot behind the thing when he threw the ball, and I was like, were you on a bowling team, you fucking loser?
If you go bowling and you take out your own rag and wipe down the ball, why did you just go home? Why did you just go home, buddy?
Your own rag.
If you bring out your own rag and you start wiping the ball down,
your own shoes.
Yeah, if you got a bowling ball bag, maybe stay at the house.
Yeah, it's a huge ick. Yeah. Although I would love to be in a bowling team now.
No, that'd be
like
fun.
Like a recreational one.
Yeah, we're all not the greatest.
Yeah, like we're just like we're having a good time.
That's like when somebody starts singing good at karaoke, like motherfucker.
Yeah, if you don't put the fucking mic down.
Put the mic down, son.
You know what I mean?
We're here to be bad. Put the bumpers up. Let's fucking get embarrassed.
If you think I don't go to karaoke and sing bad to make everybody else feel good, you know what I mean? I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there and fucking. Can you put on the Titanic song? And people every time you go to karaoke, it's always a guaranteed someone's gonna sing "My Heart Will Go On."
Yeah.
All right, we got another one. Dated a guy when I was 21 and broke up with him. Mm-hmm. Fast forward to 12 years.
So now she's 30.
12 years, 33.
Math.
He comes back into my life.
12 years later.
12 years later. Love bombs me and went ghost out of nowhere. Left my ass depressed. I was down bad because the way that felt like revenge.
No, honestly, for that one, we got to clap it up. We got to clap it up for my man. You're never out until you're out.
That's such a mean thing to do.
That is a block spin. And you know what? I respect it.
Yeah.
You know how angry you got to be to hold
12
on
years.
12 years?
And one thing about a man is he will.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Before, man, until I was like 27, I was holding on to the 7th grade.
Is that real or is that like a bit?
It's a bit of truth. If we're being honest.
Yeah, that's...
I just couldn't trust women no more after that. You know what I'm saying? What it is.
Yeah.
My heart, icebox.
Got this icebox where my heart used to be.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember when that song came out, I was like, wow, this is like a page out of my diary.
Yeah. You know, and I held on to that for a while.
Ridiculous, yeah.
Long after the hurt stopped.
Of course, because
but
the
hurt didn't stop until 8th grade. But I knew it was too important to the story.
Yeah.
No, but you gotta hold that. You gotta hold on to that hate. That's what makes you a man.
Men are insane. It's because they would rather hold on to the hate and get revenge than just seek out a therapist.
No, why do that? That's okay. Because especially
they want to leave you and make you go seek out a therapist.
Yeah, exactly. No, now we're even.
No.
Now we both have problems. You're not gonna. What am I gonna just be the only one that's fucked up from this? No. You get to be fucked up from your childhood and you give it to me, and now what? Fuck you. I'm giving it right back.
Do you think she ghosted him? Because she just said she cut him off when she was 21.
I mean, whatever happened,
it was
she
just
fucked up. I'll tell you that. Yeah. She didn't think it through. Because if she thought shit was sweet, it obviously wasn't.
Yeah.
This was a fucking life. He finished his story.
Yeah, he did. He was Cody Rhodes.
He Cody Rhodes this bitch.
Oh my God, that would but like love bombing.
That's horrible.
Yo, I remember the first time, because now that's like a buzzword people use all the time. But I remember the first time I read what like love bombing was. I was like, oh, this is what every man has done to me. This is why I've stayed in relationships, because I'm like, I'm waiting for that person that I met in the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, where did that guy go?
Love bombing was always there. In my friend group, we called it selling the dream.
Yeah,
that's what it was called.
It's a nightmare.
And we used to make fun of people who did it. Like, oh, you so like when you in man culture, in the culture that I was perpetrating, if you used love and like manipulated emotions to get pussy, you were a bitch. Like you can't get it on the merit of your own character. You can't be honest and get it. Anybody could lie. Anybody could lie to a bitch and close the deal.
Low key.
You know, if 3 months of consistency to be, and that's not a knock on women, because you should be looking for somebody who's going to treat you nicely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, honestly, I genuinely believe, especially in college, but brother, 2 to 3 months of consistency will get you whoever you want at that time in life.
Yeah.
Not to say that that's okay
but that's what they were doing. They give them consistency for 2 months.
And they would meet parents and they would fucking tell them I love you and do a whole hit and then change. I'm like, motherfucker, you won, but at what cost, bro?
Yeah, but it's horrible.
It costed you too much. You had to actually do all of these things.
And it can't feel good because, like, even, obviously you don't love this woman. Yeah. That's right. But, like, I would think, unless you're a sociopath, like if you're spending time with someone, you grow to...
You're going to catch some feelings yourself.
Catch a feeling or like care a little bit.
Yeah.
And to like, I'm sure when you start treating someone like that, like I've broken up with people. It feels terrible. Maybe maybe they don't care. Actually, that is a little bit of a sociopathic thing.
No, it's
to be that person, like is crazy. Yeah. And all, like, I'm talking about, like, I feel like I was with guys who were in it for the long haul. Cause like, I don't like a guy who love bombs like for 3 months that they're like, oh, I hated a guy. Like I've been out on a guy be like, you're the type that I could make my wife. And I'm like, get off of me.
Yeah, that's real
shit. I hate that. But I was with guys that for like a year and a half, they were like, buying me flowers and doing all these things like, oh, you're my girl. Like, oh my God. Like, you know, me being in all of my long-term relationships, I feel like we're like that. Like, you know, oh my God, this, that, and then change up.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, wait. And then you're just like, you stay because you're like, oh, I know. Like,
but I've seen what it could be.
Yeah. Like, this is who you are. I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah. You know what that is such a microcosm for the way I feel like we were taught about marriage.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the reason, especially minority guys, especially Latino guys, are so big on that is because, you know, you see your dad do these big romantic gestures. Not me specifically.
No. But I know
like,
what you mean.
That's how you're taught. Like, you do these big things and it makes up for everything. And then you do those big things. And we talked about this on Karen's Pocket. You do these big things and then you coast.
Yeah.
Big things, coast. Big things. And it's a negative cycle that the only way you know how to actually treat women is to do the big things, get what you want, and then be like, oh. Yeah. And then as we grew up, we're like, oh, but we're not anything though. I just did these things because that's what you do.
Then it comes from big things to get what you want. Then it turns into you stop doing big things, and then when she gets upset, then you do a big thing to like make her feel better.
Not even when she gets upset, when she's about to leave.
Yeah. Then you're like,
you don't do a big thing until she's about to leave.
Literally, that is every guy I was in a long-term relationship with, and I was like, this is insane.
Yeah, and you get conditioned that that's what life is.
Yeah, it's wild.
The whole dream selling shit, the love bombing shit, it's the corniest shit ever.
It's so corny. So I do hate that for her, but also I wonder how you broke up with him.
Yeah. I don't know about this guy. I hate love bombing, but you did deserve it, whoever you are.
No.
You deserved it, and this is part of your story now. Now you got to wait 12 more years, go back, 44, fuck his brains out, make up his ruin his marriage, bring your husband in. Make you and your husband's tag team mission to fuck this man together.
No, I want her to wait until he's like in his 60s where he feels like, oh my God, I found the love of my life. And like, I'm going to end up with this person for the rest of my life. And then you leave him in his 60s.
Yeah.
Then he's heartbroken. Hopefully he dies.
Or if you really, really, really want to get him back, wait till both of your significant others die. Yeah. Spin the block in retirement and then ghost him. Yeah. Because he's looking for just a death partner at that point. Not even a life partner, a death partner.
Give him chlamydia. Meet him in an old age home.
Not so bad.
All right, ready? We have another one. Broke up 2 weeks before my 30th birthday. So I went on my 10-day birthday trip to Thailand alone.
Damn.
Plot twist. Still went to my cousin's birthday brunch that day.
The day she
got dumped or broken up with, and met.
I love how I know this was. I love how I know this was a girl because they were like, oh, I still went on my solo trip. I'm like, that is a girl. Yeah,
100%. Plot twist. I still went to my cousin's B-day and met Dave Chappelle at the bar.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a triumph.
The bar. So after the brunch that she went to, her cousin's brunch, they went to a bar after. Yeah. The bar after the brunch was my ex's job.
Oh my God.
Because he took my car keys, quote unquote, by mistake. Oh, Guys love to do that. Leave something behind. Yeah. So they can see you again. Yeah. So she went to get it. She said, but the worst breakup ended up being the best day ever. And my trip to Thailand was fire, and my best friend threw me a surprise party when I got back.
That's nice. What a nice little day.
It's a nice little day. Honestly.
Yeah. We asked for worst breakup stories. Yeah, not your fucking brightest moments. No, good for you.
That's when you know that, like, this is the plan. Like, you have to shed yourself of things that are not working for you, because it's like, oh, go to the bar with your friends, and oh my God, you're gonna meet the greatest comedian of all time. And
that's God's plan right there.
Yeah.
I got one more from a guy. He said, I got a breakup text while I was in the ER with my grandma, and my grandma passed away that night.
Yikes.
Damn. Double homicide.
You understand?
That's a tough one, cuz.
That's really bad.
Damn, you lost 2 bitches in one night.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's a tough one. That's a hard, damn, that's hard. That's a tough one.
I don't get that. I mean, Yeah.
I mean, what would you rather? Her stay after the grandma dies and break up 3 months later?
If she was a real bitch like me, she'd stay for 4 years. Secure the deal.
Samantha did the opposite of selling the dream. She sold herself the nightmare.
Yeah, I did.
For no reason.
Yeah, I was living the American nightmare. Shout out Cody Rhodes.
Shout out to Cody Rhodes. Yeah. Before we leave, I do want to tell my favorite breakup story.
Okay.
And it was so funny, and I knew it immediately.
I think you told the story, no?
Have I told it on the pod?
You might have.
Damn. Well, if I haven't, I'm telling it again because it's such a fun story. The night my ex broke up with me was we were both on vacation. I was in Atlanta. She was in some part of North Carolina with a whole bunch of dudes that I didn't know. Stayed at B&B. Red flag. And me.
And then she broke up with you after she just got some dick.
Yeah, and I was just a cuck because I just let it all happen because I wanted to be supportive. I was like, yeah, go have a good time. If you need me to fly in and take pictures of you spreading your butt cheeks, I'll be there. But so
we'll just have one of the other guys do it. I'm sure they'd be happy too.
No, but have it right up your puss.
Feel it in my pussy. Oh.
That's what she said when she was on vacation. But came back and she didn't text me the whole day she was back. I was like, oh, this isn't good. And then I went over to her house to see her, and I could tell the vibes were off. I'm like, what's going on? And then she was like, I think we should take a break. I'm not feeling this. And when she said that, I'm like, oh, I thought she was like mad at me for something. I was like, it's like you said, like fainting is.
Yeah.
It's like everything goes right.
Everything closed and you get like, wait, what's happening?
Oh, I was like, yo, I'm getting dumped. This is crazy. Immediately, I'm like, oh, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is low-key embarrassing.
Because I came to, and I was excited to see you, and you're like, I couldn't think of a thing I want to do less than be here with you right now. Right? I'm like, yo, this is wild. Yeah. And I'm like, just that, I was like, yo, this is horrific. Getting dumped in person.
Her texting you now all day, you didn't think she was a big thing, but you thought she was bad?
I thought she was mad, and I knew something was up.
Okay,
I just didn't know what it was.
You didn't think breakup. Your mind never went there.
I didn't think breakup. No.
Okay.
I didn't think breakup. And not to say that she blindsided me, but I was not thinking. I wasn't a screwed in kid.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna be together forever.
You're so stupid. You understand?
And I didn't at the time. But we get there, and then she starts. Credit to her, she goes into it right away. No time wasted. And I was like, damn, this bitch couldn't wait to get this shit off.
Yeah, at least it wasn't on a FaceTime.
Yeah, it was. But she saw my face at the time, and it couldn't be good. So, she's doing this whole thing, and she obviously feels bad about it.
Yeah, of course, it's never easy.
Because I don't know if she hated me, but I don't think she hated me, but it was tough for her, I imagine. But this was also the night that the last major hurricane was in New York. I don't know if y'all remember. It was like sometime in September of 2021, and it was fucking outrageous. Yeah. Motherfucker, like somebody died in my dad's building. You know what I'm saying? So it was so bad. And then as I'm like, oh, so I'm leaving. I'm going to leave. Like the emergency alert came through on both of our phones.
Yeah.
Like, emergency flooding, stay inside, don't operate a vehicle under. And she's like, you can stay here tonight. Obviously, it's not that big a deal. I'm like, bitch, you're leaving me right now. I don't want to be here. And I'm like, I don't want to stay.
Yeah.
And I texted my good friend Jake. Shout out to Jay. I was like, bro, I think I just got dumped. Like, but there's a hurricane. I don't know what to do. And he sent me this clip from Entourage. He was like, you put one foot in front of the other, you get the fuck out of there.
I love that during an earthquake you're like, this I could deal with, but a hurricane you're like, I can't go outside. It's fucking raining.
No, because but earthquake, I would have rather got shit shaken outside than stay inside for one more second. And it was just like, dog, it was so bad. Like, and I couldn't go outside. And like, I was so annoyed. I ended up staying the night in like the extra bedroom that they had. And I wrote a joke about it the next day.
Was bitch rich? Who has an extra bed in a guest room?
Her sister lived there, but her sister wasn't there.
I was about to be like, you're down bad now, babe. I was like, not a guest room.
Yeah, and if she had money, it's because she took out a fucking fat loan and told me I didn't have my life together, and she's in 6 figures of debt. Fucking idiot. I couldn't. There's not enough time on a podcast to actually air out the things that were funny, but. So I'm in there during a hurricane getting dumped, and I couldn't leave. It was hell.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Did you even sleep?
Yeah. For like 2 hours. And then to make it worse, I didn't bring my keys. I had to call my dad, go over to my dad's house in the morning. He's like, is everything all right? I'm like, yeah, it's fine, Dad. Yeah, I'm good, Dad. Oh my God, it was a fucking nightmare. Yeah. But it was so funny because the joke I ended up writing about was like, yo, if you want to start an argument at your significant other's place, check the weather app and then check your fucking attitude because it's not worth it, buddy.
It's really funny.
But it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun after the fact. I wrote some of my favorite material after that.
I love that.
And I didn't realize, now looking back, I'm like, well, the fact that the like I was so happy to write something, probably should have let me know that, oh, maybe this wasn't the best relationship. Yeah. Like I was so ready to talk about it immediately, you know, not immediately, but like very quickly, you know, and then, yeah.
Yeah. And you definitely could have left because I had that guy come over that night in the middle of a hurricane. Yeah. You understand? You understand? Yeah. You could have left, bud. Well, if you really wanted to.
I'm thinking about leaving right now because the thought of you getting fucked. This pisses me off.
Don't worry, you broke up with me on FaceTime. It's the same guy.
And look at us now. Just a fucking storm of love together. And we'll never leave each other, but we do unfortunately have to leave this episode, guys.
Yes,
that is
done
the
a long
end
one.
of episode 41 of Soft Launch. We went a little bit longer than usual because I really wanted to give you guys what you deserve after falling short last week. But we do love you guys. Please go to www.patreon.com/softlaunch. Become a patron. Get this bonus episode that we're about to record. Also, come to the Soft Launch live show on the 27th of April, 5 p.m. at the stand. Come through to that. Oh, we're so miserable together. I hate it. Don't ever do that. But no, I do love you. You're amazing. Yes. I love you, and I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Go to Patreon, get the bonus episode. But until then, we'll see you guys next week. I've been Jason Mendoza.
I'm Samantha Santos. Peace.